Welcome back to Me and You Outside. Hey, I'm here at my house and I'm going to do something that I've never done before in my entire life. Now, when we were kids, my brothers and I would go fishing on some local creeks, and we would sometimes catch fish, and we would put a stick through them and put them over an open fire, and we would eat them. And when you're out and about like that, stuff really tastes good. And that's what we would do with some fish we would catch. We loved doing that. So now I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to do it with a squirrel. Now, I did a previous video, you may have seen me, where I went out and I shot my limit of squirrels. I killed 10 that day, which is what the limit is here in Missouri. And I kept a couple of them back for this purpose that we're going to be doing here this morning. And that is, we're going to stick a stick through them. We're going to put them on an open fire. We're going to eat them just like the Indians ate them. Exactly like they ate them. Now, sometimes the Indians would boil their meat. They like to boil it when they could. But the hunting parties, when they would go out, they would shoot small game, and they would have their lunch, and that would be their lunch. And I would catch it. They kill a deer, or a buffalo, or bigger animals. They take it back to the camp. But the smaller animals, they would eat those for their lunch out and about. And the way they would cook, the majority of them would be to put a stick through it and put it over an open fire and cook it like you would roast a hot dog. That's what we're going to do with squirrel. Now, I have two of them I already got done. I just shot another one a while ago, which is this one right here. It's a young gray squirrel. And I'm going to skin this out, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to skin this out for this particular purpose here. And I'm going to have my brother David help me. My brother David is down here. He's sitting right here watching this show. Hi, David.
Howdy.
And David's going to help us eat a squirrel on a stick. We've never done that, have we, David?
Nah, never have I ever.
But we've done fish like that.
Oh, I've eaten a lot of fish.
Yeah.
A lot of perch.
But we've never done a squirrel. So we're going to do a squirrel. I'm going to have David help me skin this squirrel here. And all he has to do is hold the hind legs. But let's get this squirrel skinned. You stay right there. Don't have to get up. You don't have to just sit up. You stay right there. And we're going to get this squirrel skinned. I get the other couple squirrels I have. I'm going to get a fire going in this fire pit right here. And not everything I'm doing is like the Indians did, obviously. I'm going to use a match to start a fire. I'm going to use just the wood I got laying around here, which is fine. But the whole purpose of this is just to get the taste, the flavor of what it is to cook a squirrel on the open fire. So stay right there and let me get set up to skin this squirrel here right quick. Now, when you're skinning a squirrel and you have somebody to help you, it's the best way to skin a squirrel, isn't it, David?
Yep.
We can come right down through here. We're just going to cut just a little bit right here. I don't want to cut too deep, because if I do, I'll cut the tail off, and that just creates another issue for you, okay? So I'm just kind of cutting through there. I got through the skin, and I'm going to cut a little bit around here like this. And I can tell by the way this squirrel is skinning that this is just a really young, going to be a very good eating squirrel. Now I'm going to pull this, David. Hang on to her real tight. I'm going to pull this right off of here. Don't want that blood drip on you now.
I don't care.
I'm going to pop this leg out of here. This front leg. I'll get it popped out. I'll get her cut off. We're going to go ahead and keep the head on the squirrel, because we might as well go ahead and eat it, hadn't we, David?
Yeah, might as well. They did.
You bet they ate them. I guarantee you the Indians ate the heads of every squirrel they killed. They figured out real quick there's some pretty decent eating in a squirrel head. That right. Here, I'm going to drop that and don't let that swing on you. All right. Now, let me have him here. And I'll take him from here. I'm just going to pull this off here. This back, I get the fur off of his legs. Now, we didn't do something here that my dad always did with squirrel before he skinned them. You know what he'd do, David? You remember that?
Wet them.
He'd put them in water, wouldn't he?
Yep.
Keep the hair off of them. And it really does work. It does matter. But I just didn't do it this round here. Cutting these legs off here. Now I'm going to gut this squirrel. I'm going to be careful about putting my knife in too deep. I don't want to just bust a bunch of guts here that might be in that pelvic out of the way. There's a heart and a liver in there. I could even leave that. We might even try eating that, David.
I guarantee it's good.
I wouldn't be afraid to eat that heart and liver. There's kidneys right there. Would you?
No, I wouldn't either.
Okay, I got the I'm leaving that heart and liver in there. And the lungs are up in there, but that ain't gonna hurt anything.
Nope.
We'll put a stick right up through here where it'll come out right here.
Yeah.
That way it'll keep that from falling off the stick. And we'll just turn it on there. That's gonna be a good eating squirrel right there. All right, let me get set up here with my fire, get it going here, and we'll come right back. It'll be the next thing you see is starting to cook. The fire's going now. While the fire's going, I'm gonna cut a couple of limbs here for us to use, and I'm going to use this as a hickory tree right here, and this looks like a good piece right there. I can come all the way back here and take this off right here. Now I'll clean this up, and I'll get another one out of this tree, and we'll be ready to cook here in a minute. Oh, the fire's going good. Look at that. We have skewered a squirrel on this hickory stick. You just see me cut right there. And there he is. This is a young gray squirrel, head and all on there. And David's going to put it on the fire, and I'm going to get mine ready here and get it going. In the meantime, he's going to start cooking his. And folks, we're not going to use any salt or pepper, nothing on here. We're just going to cook them, let them bake real good, let them cool off, and then we're going to go at it. We're going to see what this tastes like. And I'm just doing it because the curiosity in me is running away with itself, because I want to know, what did the Indians eat and how did it taste to them? And this is what we're doing right here. It's a great experiment. So let me get mine ready here, and we'll get them on, get both of them going. Squirrel number 2 is on the stick. I got a fox squirrel right here. You seen me shoot this fox squirrel on a previous video, and that's the fox squirrel I got on this stick right here. Now we're not putting them too deep in the flame because we want it to bake. We want it to cook. I don't want it to burn on the outside and the inside still be raw. It's going to take us a while to cook these, and we know this, but that's okay. We'll get them baked here and get them cooked, and we'll come back and start eating them here. So we're going to hang out here cooking squirrels on an open fire.
It's your brother.
There's the progress. I mean, they're looking good. They're looking good. They're looking good. Hopefully we'll be able to dig into these here in maybe about 15 more minutes, don't you think, David?
Yeah, probably.
We're taking our time cooking them and make sure they're well done. Don't want no medium rare squirrel. And I got this big fox squirrel now. It's still going here, but David's got his done. David, swing it over here. Let's look at it. That right there is a young gray squirrel. That one we just skinned. That's it. That's what that is. But that squirrel is done. I can just tell by looking at it. I mean, it is done. Looks really, really good. As soon as mine gets done here, we'll start eating them and let you know what it's like. Can't wait. Oh, I'll tell you what, folks. Here we are in the Ozarks, and it's the middle of September. And the weather is beautiful today. I think it's like the low 70s. It's nice. So that fire feels good. There's my squirrel right there. I'm letting him cool off so I can tear into it. Now David, he's got done a little sooner because he's a very young gray squirrel. So he's going to pull it off that stick there, and we're going to start eating this meat like savages.
He's still pretty warm.
Is he hot?
No, he ain't hot, but he's warm.
Tear off your hind leg there and see what that's going to taste like, David. It's pretty, not done too bad. As a kidney, you just ate a kidney. Was that good?
Yeah.
Oh, there's the liver. Oh, let's try that liver. Squirrel liver.
Pretty good.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That liver of all things. We're eating this, folks, without any salt, any pepper. What does it taste like? Squirrel?
Yeah. It tastes pretty good. Especially if I'd been out hunting in the woods all day.
That's right. That's right.
Ain't had nothing to eat.
That's right, boy. You'd love that, wouldn't you? So it's not too bad, huh?
No. Need some salt.
We can't salt it, David. That's cheating. Now, the later Indians would have salt because when the white man came, they would use salt as a trading implement with the Indians, and they would trade them salt, and so they they got to where they could salt some of their stuff. But the earlier Indians didn't have salt, especially in this part of the country. There's no salt around here, and so this is why. That's why we're eating these squirrels like this. In honor of the Cherokee, Ozark, Osage Indians that lived in this area. And they lived here for hundreds and hundreds of years. And this is what we're doing. You still devouring that? So how was the big meat on the legs? Was it good?
It was good.
It was really good?
Yeah.
Like you say, you've been hunting all day, a hunting party, you killed a couple squirrels, you stopped for lunch. You put them on a stick and you cook them just like we did. It smells like kind of like a smoky meat, you know. It's kind of like you would smoked meat. I mean, that's kind of what that is. And look how pretty and white that is. Now, that's done, isn't it, David?
Yeah. Yeah, it's done.
That's definitely done right there. Just a tender squirrel. You're right, David. Salt would make it a lot better, but it's not bad eating.
No, it ain't.
Well, I've always wanted to do this, folks. I always want to do this. And you guys gave me the idea and the wherewithal to do this. It's your fault, y'all watching this. I've always wanted to do it. I just never have. Now I can use YouTube as an excuse to do a lot of things I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And some things I never got to do or didn't. And now I'm making time to do these things. And this is one of them. Why? I'll tell you what. I would eat that any day of the week.
And
If I was out hunting,
oh, yeah.
I wouldn't hesitate. Oh man.
That's not bad at all.
No, I'm gonna eat the entire squirrel. And David is too, aren't you, David?
Oh, yeah. I will.
I'm gonna get the camera back. David's gonna try his squirrel head. Folks, that ought to make you hungry watching us eat these squirrels like savages. But it's really good. Folks, we're reverting back to the days of hunters and gatherers like our ancestors were. I've got this whole squirrel right here, and I'm just taking off the meat where the loin would be. It was the craziest thing. I really am enjoying this. Now you're gonna peel that head off of there. Just toss that over yonder if you don't want it. Raccoon, you get it tonight. A little brain there, it's done, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, look at that. That's some brain matter right there.
That's actually pretty good, Mark.
It is, isn't it? It really cooked out nice. There's a big little hunk of brain in there.
Yep.
Need my brain fork. Oh yeah, that's a good hunk of brain right there. That's it. That's the last of the brain. It's good, huh?
Tastes like cream cheese.
There's the tongue right there. That's the tongue of a squirrel. The whole purpose of this, we definitely aren't making fun of Indians because those people were survivors. And this area here where I live here was inundated with Indians over hundreds of years. Arrowheads that were found across the river from my house, thousands upon thousands of arrowheads, Indian artifacts. So they were here, and they done exactly what we did right here. They have been in this area. They've ate squirrel just like this, and I don't see why they wouldn't, because that's a very good eating animal right there, just like that. I'm just telling you, I thoroughly enjoyed eating this squirrel, and I know you did, David, didn't you?
Yeah, I sure did.
So I say to the Indians, you know, good job on cooking your squirrels like that. That's a good way to cook squirrel. Now, obviously, if we'd have put a little salt and pepper on there, it would have enhanced that and been even so much better. But I'll take it like it was. Glad to do it. Appreciate you watching this episode of Me and You Outside. Appreciate you subscribing to my channel. Hit the like button if you wouldn't care. Comment about this crazy stuff we're doing all you want to. And I just appreciate y'all being there. But wherever you're at in the soul world, my friends, have a good morning, good day, good night. Because there is another video, and it is coming right around the corner.